هدايا صاحي كي تستريح وبث الدعاء الخفي الصريح يسعك الفضاء الرحيب الفسيح. سبيل الدموع سبيل مريح تنهدى يا صاحي كي تستريح وبث الدعاء الخفي الصريح يسعك الفضاء الرحيب الفسيح. سبيل الدموع سبيل مريح تنهدى يا صاحي كي تستريح وبث الدعاء الخفي.
YouTube, what is going on? It is your boy Lee. Welcome back to another video. So what you guys just saw before this is my daily morning routine that I do pretty much every day. So I don't know if I put it on the screen or not, but pretty much what I'll do is I'll do 30 minutes of cardio. I do about 100 push-ups. Then we'll do some bicep curls, like whatever I feel like doing. But usually what I usually do is the 30 minutes of cardio and then 100 push-ups and then the hanging ab and like 3 sets of 15, like 12 to 15, or like the ab swings where people are gonna say, what do you do for your abs? So yeah, so that was my morning routine, and now we're gonna get into breakfast. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I eat and why I eat the things that I do. So let's get into it. So breakfast is actually pretty simple. So pretty much I've had the same breakfast for like the past 3 or 4 months. What we'll start off with 1.5 cups of egg whites in the morning. I like the egg whites just because like they're not as fatty as like your regular yolk. And then I'll have 2 pieces of bread for some carbs. This is Nature's Own whole wheat. It's like 60 calories per slice, so usually like 100 calories per slice. Not that you ever really got a trip on it, like bread is bread, but I like this. And then with that, I'll also have an Oikos 000. If I don't have a protein bar, I'll have one of these, or sometimes I'll have both of them. But this just has no artificial sweeteners, no added sugar, and 0% fat, and it tastes pretty good. So that's pretty much breakfast, and then a banana. And then the last part that I usually do is a daily green supplement by Alphaline that I do every morning, which helps with like bloating. And if you're not getting in like enough like greens throughout the day, I take this as well. Try to focus this right there. Yep, you guys can see it. All right, so yeah, so I'll do this, and then obviously all of that. What the benefits of this is going to give you all the greens that you need if you're not getting enough greens throughout the day, and it helps with like bloating. And then some of the stuff that's in here is like kale, broccoli, cabbage, celery, beetroot, raspberry, cranberry juice, grass blend, wheatgrass, barley grass, parsley, all the stuff that you pretty much need. So all right, and there you guys have it. This is pretty much my breakfast. Nothing too crazy, like egg whites, bread, some protein yogurt, and my daily greens. The ketchup that I use is from Sprouts. If you guys have Sprouts near you guys, it's like this no sugar ketchup. Is like naturally sweet from like tomatoes, butternut squash, and carrots, and 10 calories per serving. So I use this usually on my eggs. Today is Monday, so usually I don't have classes on Mondays. For those of you that don't know, I am in law school right now. I'm in my first year of law school. So I'm kind of balancing like social media, and then also like being like your first year of law school is like relatively hard. So like there's a lot of work that goes into that, but obviously I'm trying to put a lot of work into this as well. I know I'm not extremely active on YouTube, but I'm going to try to be better and try to do at least a video a week. Just know that if I do get into the videos a week, like I probably won't be doing too much because during the week I'm usually just reading and studying and stuff like that, and then going to the gym. But what I'm thinking about doing is with workouts and stuff like that, now that I have the mics, if you guys follow my Instagram, is leading you guys through workouts and kind of taking you through like what I do and why I do it, and taking you like through my thought process and stuff like that. So maybe we could get some like workouts going every single week or something like that, so that should be a W. But yeah, so I'm gonna eat this meal, and then I have a midterm tomorrow, so I'm gonna study for a few hours, and then I will catch you guys at the gym. So it is time for us to work out, and like I said, I'm gonna take you guys, I think today what I'm hitting is back and bi, so I'm gonna take you guys like pretty much through my entire back day, and I'm gonna wear the microphone so you guys hear while I'm doing the things I'm doing. But before we do that, I'm gonna show you guys the pre-workout that I usually take. So I'm sponsored by Alphaline. It's the Alphaline pre-workout right here. Code League 15% off. What I usually do is I'll take the pre-workout and then I'll pair it with the pump caps. This just helps like better blood flow and like gives you like an overall better pump. So I take these two, and then the next thing I gotta show y'all, this is a little bit of a hack. If you guys get some like rice cakes, right? Trust me, get you some rice cakes and then put a little bit of honey on these things, maybe a banana or whatever fruit or whatever. But rice cake, a little bit of honey, a little sprinkle of Himalayan sea salt, and like that quick carb and that sodium when you go to work out, bro, I'm telling you, like your pump is going to be crazy. Just trust me. It may sound crazy, but just trust me. I wouldn't lie to y'all. So I'm gonna get this stuff ready to go, and then we are gonna go hit back and buys. I'll see you at the gym. So like I said, I am going to take you guys pretty much through my entire workout for my back day. So usually I always start my back days with like a lat pull down. I'll try to keep my chest up and then kind of almost like straddle the seat a little bit where I'm like up more on the seat and like chest is going up. And then when I come down with my elbows, you don't want to feel like you're pulling with your hands for your back days. You want to feel like you're pulling like through your elbows. So like I try to keep my elbows tucked and then I bring them down. So I use about 2 warm-up sets and then maybe 2 to 3 working sets just to get the back warmed up, get the muscles ready for the workout. So yeah, let's get right into it. All right, so pretty much usually all my back days I'll do like a bent over barbell row just because it's just one of my favorite back movements that I do, so I like doing it. So yeah, so pretty much what I'm doing here is when I finally do go into it, I'm gonna like slightly bend my knees and slightly bend my back. And then similar to like the lat pull downs that I was doing, how we were like keeping our elbows a little tighter and trying to pull through our elbows, I have like the same mentality here. So like I'm gonna bend over and like I'm literally just pulling straight back. So kind of imagine like you're trying to take your elbows to your back hip. So like I'm over here and I'm like this, and then I'm like putting it back like this. You should feel that contraction like all in your lat and your back again. So similar with all my movements, I usually do like 1 or 2 feeder sets and then 2 to 3 working sets, and then I'll drop set it until it burn out. So yeah, let's get right into this. I'm gonna bend over like this, and I'm gonna send my elbows straight back. All right, put you guys over there so you can see how much I'm bending over, and then like what I'm doing with the weight. Similar with the lat pull downs, right? Like when you're coming onto that barbell, you wanna like extend down, get that full range of motion before you bring it back up. Everything with your back, you want to get full range of motion. Everything. Wow, let's get a random lift. Did y'all hear that? Right, let's get it. I'm gonna put this bench on a slight incline. And we're going to basically do another version, like another variation of a row. Similar idea, like I said, with all the back movements. I'm really stressing this because I want you guys to know. Full range of motion. Make sure that you're working your back. Like a lot of people train back, they're like, oh, I don't feel it in my back. I feel it in my biceps. I feel it in like my triceps sometimes. Like, make sure that you go, if you have to, go a lighter weight and really squeeze your back until you really start building up that mind and muscle connection. That's when you're going to actually start being able to build your back and making it look nice. As I say, making your shit look cool. I'm like slouching over before I even do it so I can really get that range of motion. I usually don't talk much during my workouts either, so I hope you guys know, like, I really am putting myself in like a new position with this whole concept of having the mic on during my workouts. But if I'm really gonna do workouts, like a video on YouTube a week, I'm gonna have to get used to it because it is what it is. All right, so I'm on the next movement, so we're gonna do a low to a high row. Pretty much similar thing here, like fully extended on the bottom of the rep, and then when I'm pulling back, I'm keeping my elbows like super tucked. And like a little bit of a tip for you guys when you're doing like this type of movement, instead of feeling like you're pulling with like these fingers, pull with like your pinky and your index, and you'll feel it more in your back. I don't know why, but that's just the rules, man. I'm just giving you guys what I know. Good morning, family. It is the next day, as I probably already popped up on the screen, but today is a very special day because it is my first day for my law school, law term midterm. So I have my first law school exam today. So I'm going to finish studying. It's on contract law, so I'm going to finish studying. I'm going to eat this, and then I got like 30 minutes before I have to like head out and go to school and take my test. And I will see you guys most likely after my test for answering the question that you guys asked me. But yeah, I'll see you guys then. All right, what is up? So I am going to answer some of the questions that you guys asked me like I said I would. Do you have cheat days? Yes, I have cheat days. So because I am cutting right now, my cheat days are a little limited because I try to do probably like every 2 to 3 weeks. But prior to that, like if I was just dieting, like having like a general diet, I'll probably be doing like a cheat meal probably every single week. Now, something that I will say, you can diet and have a cheat meal. It is different from having a cheat meal versus a cheat day. If you're dieting and you're trying to lose weight and stuff like that, it is perfectly okay for you to have a cheat meal on the weekends or Fridays, whatever it may be. But it is much different if you go and you eat cheat meals throughout the entire day. You have cheat meal breakfast, a cheat meal lunch, and a cheat meal dinner. I wouldn't recommend that if you're trying to lose weight. However, can you do it? Of course. Like, I don't want you guys to form a negative relationship with food where like you find yourself that you're starving yourself or like you're going to bed hungry and stuff like that. People do that, and that's not something that I want you guys to do. Like, I personally made that mistake, I'll be honest with you, where like I felt like I wasn't eating enough food and had a very negative relationship with food. Please don't make that mistake. Eat what you want when you're hungry, but just do everything in moderation. You have to eat healthy in moderation. Like, try to eat as healthy as you can, but sometimes you're gonna want a little pizza, bro. Like, I get it. Gonna have you a little slice of pizza or whatever it may be. This question asked me about my faith. For those of you that don't know, I am Muslim, I am practicing. My religion is everything to me. Like, when my brother was sick, I made dua for Allah to save him, and he was pretty much saved. So for me, religion got super important there. And then like, I think having like a religion for me, having Islam for the foundation in my life, just knowing that everything isn't in my control and like whatever happens in my life was already written as perfect, like it takes a lot of pressure off of me, because I feel like if something doesn't go my way, like I know that it just wasn't meant for me to be. Something that my mom always says is something that is for you will always be for you, even if it's in between two mountains, and if it's something that isn't for you will never be for you, even if it's in the palm of your hand. So I kind of apply that ideology to like everything in my life. Like, I can try as hard as I possibly can. At the end of the day, if something is not for me, if it wasn't written for me, like, then it just wasn't, that just is what it is. So I feel like having that foundation, like I said, really helps me. Imposter syndrome and body dysmorphia. So imposter syndrome is actually something that I also had to deal with a while. Like, when you first start doing something that people aren't used to seeing you doing, like when I first started doing content and I started posting on social media and stuff like that, a lot of people that I knew in real life were laughing at the videos that I was posting, or like I know that people were talking about me. And the worst thing maybe is like seeing like tons and tons of people unfollowing you every single day, right? Even though if you're not doing social media, like you may experience something like this where you're doing something completely new and the people that know you in real life are like mocking you, or like they're not supporting you. And because of that, you may feel like a little wave of like, oh my God, like who do I think I am? What am I doing? I'm not good enough to be doing this. Like I'm playing myself, I'm looking stupid. Just ignore that feeling, because if you truly want to be the person that you envision yourself being, then just go ahead and do it, bro. Like, don't allow other people's perspectives and like their beliefs on you to just hinder your potential. Because if you can truly believe in the person that you want to be, like, and you try being that person every single day, like your potential is like so high. But the moment you start placing like people on top of that and being like, oh well, what are they gonna think if I post this? What are they gonna think if I do this? Like, you're literally just putting yourself down based off what other people think. Okay, this one says, how can you stay humble when you begin to succeed? I feel like some people look at me different now that I have gained a lot more success than some of my friends that I grew up with. I can only speak from me personally, but like what I would think is what's helped me remain humble is just like understand whatever accomplishments you may have, or like wherever you are in life, like it doesn't make you better than anybody, right? Like, I don't believe like having a ton of followers makes you better than somebody. I don't think having a bunch of money makes you better than anybody. I think if you can remain grounded and just being like, regardless of what I have, like I'm just as equal to the next guy. I think like that's going to keep the balance. But the moment you start developing like this ego that like, oh, I've worked for ABC and I've got this money, or I got these followers, or I got whatever it may be, and so in turn and result, I'm better than this person, or I should be treated this certain way, like that's a very slippery slope, because you're so used to being up here. So when you come down like this, you're not going to know how to react. But if you can remain like this as you're going like this or going like this, you'll start to notice that you're not going to like alter in any type of way, because you're so used to just remaining grounded. This says, how can I stay consistent in the gym and in life? I think consistency is like one of the biggest skills that you have to learn. Like, and this is with the gym, this is literally with everything. For me, what helped me a lot to get consistent was just to establish like a routine. Like, it's hard to be consistent in something that you don't do daily as is, let alone doing it every single day. So like, if you can start to develop like a routine that's even small, like if you're like, in the mornings, I'm gonna make this every single day. Just like something small. It could be, I don't know, a donut, not a donut. It could be a donut if you want to be a donut, or like make like a whole grain piece of bread or something like that. That's gonna lead me to start eating healthier every single day. I think, and then over time, you slowly build on that routine. Like after a while, like your habit becomes routine. So like that habit that started as just making that piece of bread is gonna lead to like eating like a healthier breakfast, and that leads to like a healthier lunch and a healthier dinner. And now like your lifestyle has altered, because that one small habit, that one small change is like influenced everything that you're doing throughout your life. This question has, what are your thoughts on motivation and how can I stay motivated? So for me personally, this is what I think. I think in the beginning of anything, it is perfectly fine to be motivated. I think it's okay for you to have like something that is pushing you to be a better person or to get in the gym or whatever you're trying to do. But I think at some point, if you rely on motivation too much, it could be detrimental, because motivation, like other emotions, are all temporary. So like eventually like that motivation is going to be gone. Like you're not going to feel like going to the gym every single day. You're not going to feel like doing things that are going to benefit you every single day. But if you can start to establish like a routine or becoming consistent, like that's going to replace motivation. So when you have motivation, cool, bet it's going to go fun to go do the things that you got to do. Like, I'm not going to lie to you guys, like I don't want to go to the gym every single day after I'm in class all day, but to be the person that I want to be and look the way that I want to do, I have to go to the gym. And that's pretty much all of the questions. Like a lot of them were extremely similar. So what I try to do is to keep the video shorter. I try to group all of the questions that are similar together and answer them in a way that might be applicable to all of them. So that's going to be the wrap on today's video. In the next video, hopefully next week, I'm going to show you guys a transformation on my car that you guys saw in the video today. I hope the video was a W. If you guys like the mic'd up workouts, make sure in the comments you tell me, or on Instagram, Snapchat, wherever. Tell me that you guys like that stuff. If it's beneficial, I would love to keep doing them. If you didn't like it, it was my first one. Give me a break. Give me some time to get better. But I appreciate you guys. Much love as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.